Welcome to this very channel. If this is the first time you're watching us, kindly do subscribe to the channel for us. My name is Peasy. Now let's get it started. Now, this message goes straight to the MPP, fraternity, let's say, talking about, the presidential aspirants in the lives of Honorable Kennedy Japan, and also in the lives of Mahmoud Bawumia, former vice president. Now, someone should advise Mahmoud Bawumia. He has to take this very advice. Please step down. Step down in a way that is going to benefit yourself and your family. You see, you are not a politician. Neither are you a businessman. You are not a politician, neither are you a businessman. You just came into the political limelight, under the auspices of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. So you really had no experience in politics. Likewise, experience in business. You were managing, I think you were working at Bank of Ghana or something. So if I'm right. You've been a vice president for 8 years. Ghanaians voted against you because you were a vice president for Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, and people really thought that Amamuna Nkuyi. And of course, I wouldn't say we have to call a spade a spade. Amamuna Nkuyi. Because looking at how Amadi Dollar could do here, any Juma ceremony Ghana youth like the rate at which people were traveling abroad, youth know to Kwanko, just Ghanaians were going anywhere just to survive. Anywhere just to survive. So it tells that really like the governance, was really in a mess. I will just put it straight to the point. It was in a mess. Then you want to be a president, you want to be the, you want Ghanaians to vote for you to be the leader of NPP. And then also you want your party to vote for you to be the leader of NPP, and then you want Ghanaians to vote for you to be the president. Come on. Vice president and president and vice president, similarities near more. Difference near here. As in we person who we person who Samira Bawumia and any partner by one who you guys are one. As the Bible even said, the two shall become one. So if you were the vice president for solid 8 years, also in just one of our social economy, so then looking at how Ghana was, really getting so devastated that that's also Ghana for some tomorrow. Ghanaians will never vote for you. Ghanaians will never vote for you. Charlie, you ain't kind of crunch nipa. Don't waste your penny. Scar won't see your politics more. No said, Uchimikoha, Bawumia done it, Scassia, my MPP, Bawumia done it, my MPP, Bawumia, Iskawaha. See, Unya, my politics, money and tongue, because you say that. But when you came into politics, you've been able to achieve a lot. You've been able to make a lot for yourself. Pacho save as you know, Almost I want to me when you're brand you do now, Kona, Kochiska beam. These delegates, even if they vote for you, win election. No. Ghanaians are very discerning now. See, it was first in the Obiso or MPP, I mean, the MPP. Back in the days, Obi NDC or NDC. Now, the whole thing is really changing. So, Ghanaians are really becoming discerning. Ghana for any Obi Abimudaho. Me, for instance, that I used to support MPP because I was born and bred in or Eastern region, Chebi, Esikam. That is where I was born. Then I have to also a free one. I started schooling in Accra, Cocoa boarding school, Cocoa University, but I was still with MPP. But me talk free here, America, they call Ghana. Let me check the duty and the bomb port. Then say Ghana. It then doesn't make any sense. I was like, how? Back in the days, you can buy a car in Korea or Japan, like this Vietnamese are small cars. It was very cheap. It was affordable. Like the duty was reasonable. Then all of a sudden, like as I shoot it like 3 times, I was like, how, and when did we get here? When did we get to like this point of our lives, like as Ghanaians, I hear things became so expensive. Inflation was so high. Youth ninya jumanye acquire betting just say Ghana for youth Libya or Saudi Arabia or Pakistan, anywhere like Bibimpa or Hawaii that in my show. That is where Ghanaians were going because they thought they could go to those places to make ends meet. See, Bawumia, save whatever penny you've been able to achieve from politics. I'm telling you. Could this our boys so much you want to me much? Could you this a friend is saying, I'll bring you much? Na kakra watimi saving one share one we yere ba omia Samira na we yere no maka na bia like your relatives want me and manage says can me find you be more masa wasoba yes rough rough. I'm telling you, say they wouldn't say politics na a dirty game, so nobody will advise you. Those people like surrounding themselves no they will never advise you. 1 year careful wasoba shit that we don't want a situation where you come back to Ghanaians or you're a former vice president and say I want you to be able to cry that day. Because here TB that said Papa B or before you president or 20 luckily he was able to become a president. So of course definitely no over to Martin Sika. But oh yeah, over spending Sika we are Maza over come back come there no. The only Japan is a businessman, whether he wins or lose. He's still, doing his business. He has been a businessman for years before coming into politics. Pacho Bawumia and what me be even barber shop say be Bawumia Juma wa yempuni yanti bi da. Even though sometimes some things are are private, be when we say maybe are private, but as long as you became a vice president, yeah, you can't tell us maybe how a big Ghana for that. If you had any company and called the campaign crack, I say, well, what be a Juma say man for Juma or for workers, but we never heard anything like that from you. So it really tells us, Papa, uni business be our be uni Juma be or be a Papa be asa. You are just a manager managing Bank of Ghana. You are not a businessman. You are not a politician. So this game, you can't even come to this game. What about vice president? It's not enough for 8 years. Charlie, you have to stop. And you are just wasting money. Because no matter what, even if NPP for now most of me agree, if they vote for you, Ghanaians we need that. This is not like a prophecy that people prophesy some of the professors Bawumia will become a president. Akufo-Addo tell different. He was not a vice president. Akufo-Addo has never become a vice president. So some of us we felt like, oh, Charlie, let's give this man a chance because let's see what he can do. Or by first 4 years now, first year and at least 3 years such which is a very good initiative. And Ghanaians felt like he need more years and there's some man. But by now, I vice, I only Koba. We are vice president. You were the vice president. Into your case is different from Akufo-Addo. He was not a vice president. We will just felt like they man a chance nibi. You man a kunya no so me Ghana nibi. And you were what? A vice president to him for all these solid 8 years. And you come back to Ghanaians telling us that yes, I'm too mal. Ghana on too mal, Papa. And to me how I didn't call your vice in Ponabia. I think I also say to my Ghanaians would have considered so. I don't know when your vice, and you said about me very good. At least some of the policies that you brought on board. It was very encouraging. It was it made a lot of sense. Ghanaians really for the I'm gonna tell you maybe 1 or 2. Maybe I say, but as long as you were part of that administration there, Charlie, it's not going to work out. And Juma, and whatever money you've been able to save for yourself. Through all these your years in politics as a vice president, Papa, she says, can you? Now, could you choose Kagu? Now, later, and a vice president say, a supportive vice president, because I'm saying this because you don't have any businesses running. And as a man, when you business be a whatever money Skakra was saving, one penny or son, or so you have no business running. Bawumia, who's what Bawumia be a Juma be a Sabia, or be a cost or be, or be a fish pond. Where be a block factory be, where be a supermarket be. You have nothing like that. That as far as I know, I've never had anything like that. So if you follow these guys who to Mimona because of what you give these people, they push you. And then these delegates previously more previous election, you say more sika and succeed. And whatever money you've been able to save, if you keep on wasting, you keep on spending, that's a big Mashemu you are going to lose everything. So just now, because you are just going to waste money. And the gap that Ghanaians gave you, one and also per gap. Also, you want a big gap. You see the gap? You want a big gap, right? And then it was vice versa. Ghana for Mausa gap, to Mahama massively. So you think that gap you can be able, to recover that gap or maybe get close to that gap in a period of 4 years. It's not going to work out. And until you just find a place, advise yourself, hey. Or your wife should be the first person to even advise you if she wants to be happy, if she wants to be sufficient. She has to advise you and advise